This is your man, Wisdom WS Vibes TV.
Hey guys, this is Sharona. How everyone's doing this evening?
Yeah, so how is your weekend going? I hope you all enjoy your weekend. So today we're going to be discussing about my experience so far in United States, how it feels leaving the continent of Africa to America so far. So that is what we're going to be discussing today.
Yep.
Right.
So I'm going to be the one that's going to be interviewing. I have a list of questions here.
Okay.
That I have for Wisdom Wachi here, and going to be asking him some questions in regards to how he's adjusting here in the United States.
Right.
Well, I mean, just to say that anyone who goes from one country to the next to live, that's a big adjustment. Big move, yeah. It could be a culture shock too, right?
Right. A lot of adjustments to make.
Right. So, all right. So you guys know that Wiz is from Nigeria.
Right.
He's actually from the Igbo tribe, Ebony State, but grew up in Ogun State and also lived in Lagos State. All right, so we're gonna go with the first question. How was your flight from Nigeria to here to US?
That flight, man. Yeah, God. Yeah, that was the first time I would ever take such long flights. I've never traveled out of Nigeria. Okay, I've traveled out of Nigeria, but to a neighboring country. You understand? So I didn't have to go
that far.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
well, you're meaning that you don't want to stay as a layover. That was a long layover.
Exactly. So, but this was long, coupled with a 14-hour layover in London. Yes.
14 hours.
14 hours, exactly.
Right.
Layover in London. So that was my first experience. I mean, from where I had issue majorly was when I had to stay in at the airport in London for 14 hours, and the way I went about it was a bit foolish on my part, because I didn't prepare. I didn't know
about
when
the
they
weather.
say London is cold. Yeah, somebody actually said that the London is cold, but the inside the airport is going to be warm. And
who said that?
Because there's heater and
who
all of
said
that.
It was going to be warm.
So yeah, a friend said that. Yes.
Okay.
So, and yeah, I thought so. Even you said it too to me, that I think because it's airport, so
it should be a little warm.
Exactly. So,
okay.
What I experienced was completely different. I almost got frozen.
Oh my gosh!
I wore this jean top and just dressed normal.
You had no jacket.
There was no jacket. There was no sweater. There was
no blanket.
So no blanket. And then when I got there, I started feeling. It was a harsh. Naturally, I like cold. I like AC. I like cold, but I thought what I would experience was just similar to the kind of cold.
Right.
But it was completely. This was harsh cold, and so throughout the night at the airport, I didn't enjoy myself. I was moving from one place to the other, rubbing my skin hard just to keep myself warm. And everybody, some people came with blankets and they were well prepared.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
So they knew
socks
how it was
and everywhere.
be.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I was slightly different from others.
Right. But okay, so how was your flight from London to the US?
So hold on, let me finish. So
okay.
There, so that throughout the whole night I was praying, like if I had power to cut the night short, I would have done it.
Okay.
Just it speed up for us to leave the airport. But I had to wait patiently until around 9 a.m. in the morning when we have to take another flight back to from London to Atlanta. Yeah, so right on the plane I have no issue. It's the I like kids
service was
exactly
good.
So, and then the temperature is cool, like, so I have no problem on the plane. But London has something else.
Okay.
And so when I got to Atlanta, after the whole process, and I stepped out, and then I felt the same cold again. This time I haven't found her, but I felt the exact cold. I think it's almost the same temperature again, and I was like, wow, is this how it is here too? So yeah, and luckily she brought me a jacket.
Oh yeah, they have a coat.
Exactly.
No, it was a coat.
A coat.
Yeah.
A coat. So yeah, so I had to put that on, and that helped on our way coming home. So that was that, man. It was crazy.
All right. So the next question is, what makes Lagos and places in Nigeria different from the U.S., or should I say different from the Atlanta, Georgia area?
Yeah, Lagos State is where I lived before I came to United States. Is a very busy place, fast-paced environment, and
so you're saying here is slower?
Yeah,
this part, this
compared
area.
to exactly. This when I came here, even up to now, you would go outside and then nobody, and that is not the same thing in Lagos. Lagos, I mean, just look through your window, you see people going
up and down the street.
Exactly. So as people busy 24/7.
Right.
That is not exactly how it is here. So,
well, can we just say we live in the suburbs of Atlanta, so it's quiet. Like right now, you go outside, there's nobody outside.
Even if you're living in a reserved area in Lagos, it's still not exactly the way it is here. So sometimes you can go. I would stand outside for 5 to 10 minutes, and you won't see nobody except cars.
Right.
Exactly. So, and because Lagos, so you can easily interact with people. That's not exactly how it is here. So, that when I got here, it really got to me. So I had no one when she leaves for work. Almost like completely lonely, and then I started missing Nigeria so much, and almost like the 60% of me was in Nigeria.
60%?
Exactly. Of course, I told you.
This is new to me. 60%.
What do you mean? I told you before.
60% of you.
60 to 70% was in Nigeria. Exactly. So
this is new to me, y'all.
What I told you.
I know you was missing Nigeria at some point, but
you asked me, and I told you that almost like 60 to 70%.
No, you didn't give me a percentage.
Exactly. So was in Nigeria. I was missing the environment. I was missing how we
interact with
people and all of that, and our little party with my friends. But over time, I gradually started to adjust bit by bit now to where I am now. I'm more comfortable now compared to that first 3 months of me staying. Exactly. So first 2 months of me staying here. So it's much better now.
And how long have you been here so far?
I've been here for 5 months, right?
7.
7 months.
7 months.
Just imagine.
7 months.
Yeah, exactly. So that is
yeah.
awesome. So it's been a journey.
Okay.
Yeah, and sorry, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
When you were driving from the airport to home, we branched somewhere. You took me to a restaurant, right, to eat.
Oh yeah, we went to Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, at Lenox Mall.
And then that
Atlanta.
was my first encounter, another first experience about food here.
Oh yeah, he was looking for African food at Cheesecake Factory. You guys, I know a lot of you know what Cheesecake Factory is like. He was asking for rice. You wanted rice.
Exactly.
Rice and chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they brought this chicken. They brought this rice to me without stew.
Yeah, he was looking for
white
stew.
rice.
He was looking for stew.
No stew, and then some leaves and.
He called it salad with the little salad leaves.
Exactly. So, and I was like, how am I gonna eat this? I started missing Nigeria right there and there. You know,
Yeah.
but I have to accept it and embrace it. You are in a new environment. So
right, and it wasn't an
just,
African restaurant.
And I ate it like that anyway. So.
Right.
That was strange to me, man. That was
Right.
the first experience in terms of food. Yeah.
All right, so the next question is, what do you like about living in America thus far?
Yeah, compared to
compared to later.
Yeah, exactly. Well, some things I love. First, the infrastructural amenities.
The infrastructure.
Here. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's solid.
We have roads, good roads. And,
electricity.
Right.
It's 24/7.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Water is running 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And everything in the house that things in place that, yeah, although you also pay more. There are more bills here.
Yeah, there's more bills here than there is in Lagos, right?
Yeah.
Or in Africa. More bills.
I wouldn't say the whole Africa, at least.
In
I don't know much about other countries in Africa. So,
right, Nigeria.
Yeah, particularly in Lagos. There are places in Lagos that you pay high bills, like places like Lekki, VI corridors, high profile place. Exactly.
Yeah.
You pay as much high like that.
Right.
Exactly. But the area I lived, it's not as high as what I see here.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So
right.
So
you like the infrastructure?
Exactly is nice.
So like, for example, like say if there's a storm, and remember how I said that the electricity, the people that'll come out and like say if a whole neighborhood is out because of a storm, they come out right away to try to get people electricity up and running. Whereas though in Nigeria you had issues where though we all had a storm, it took months before somebody could come out and fix it.
Even when you pay for the electricity, you don't have light sometimes. So that sometimes can be very frustrating.
Right.
And especially the weather. That is another thing. In Nigeria, the weather is more balanced than the weather here.
You mean here in Georgia?
Exactly. Here, okay.
This part of Georgia.
Exactly. Maybe here in Georgia. I thought that's how it is in the United States as a whole.
No.
The weather is more balanced in Nigeria. Here, what I've experienced so far is when I got here, it was winter. And so the cold was harsh. It was way beyond what I've experienced in Nigeria. The only time we experienced such cold in Nigeria is a season called Harmattan in Nigeria.
It's called what?
A season called Harmattan. A season, exactly.
Oh, okay.
That usually happens between that November, December, January. Kind of that season, that time around.
What is Harmattan?
And Harmattan is a season where you experience that dry cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
dry
coming
cold.
from Sahara
desert.
Exactly. Okay. Cold and wind coming from the Sahara desert. Yeah. So apart from that is weather closely. That is very close to the kind of
winter weather.
Yeah, winter weather here. Exactly.
Okay.
So other than that, Nigeria is more balanced. It's not extremely cold. It's not. You don't experience that extremely cold weather and extremely hot weather. Right now, when I was in Nigeria, she told me that during the summer, here tend to be more hotter than.
It's very harsh.
Exactly.
You see it. You see it.
And I thought she was joking, and I said, "Look, what are you talking about? Didn't you see the sun?" And she kept telling me that it's more hotter here. So when we got to the summer here, and then I started, like, sometimes it almost like my skin is going to burn, you know?
Right. Yeah, the heat here is very harsh. Very harsh. So, we get that dry heat here in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and it burns but in the evening time, like around 6:37, it cools down, and I mean, if it's not as hot, but during the day, oh my God, it's excruciating. It's worse than Nigeria.
So the weather here is like extremely cold and extremely hot, but in Nigeria is balanced.
All right, but did you notice in the wintertime there are days where, you know, it'll go and it'll be maybe in the 60s, and then all of a sudden it'll get cold again. Then you have some days where it's like, you know, high 50s.
That's what I'm saying. It's not balanced here at all. The weather is not, it fluctuates. It's not balanced exactly. So in Nigeria, it's more stable. The weather is predictable.
Right.
That's not exactly how it is here.
Right.
So that is one of the things I'm learning to adjust to too.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got another question. All right, so I know you was just amazed at all the restaurants on one block. Remember how you was saying here where we live, around the corner, we have like maybe a block of all these restaurants and another block of restaurants and another block, and he was just saying all these restaurants and all these advertisements on TV.
When I came here, almost every drive we make I see this restaurant,
Kentucky Fried,
this,
Popeyes,
that,
McDonald's, Burger King,
and I asked, is that all the business you all have here?
Restaurant
and gas station, and that's all. Like most of the things I've seen.
A lot of shopping centers
and shopping centers.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, we have different communities, and restaurant is not there are a lot of restaurants, but it's not as much as what I'm seeing here. It's almost like 70% of the business here.
And the advertisements on TV.
It's restaurants.
Exactly.
Try to hypnotize people. And funny enough, those things doesn't really move me. It doesn't move me because that's not the kind of food I'm used to.
Okay, so what about the African food? We've gone to about 3 African restaurants, and we've also found a grocery store called Happy Market. Matter of fact, we went there today.
Yeah, a few, I think about a month or there, but I think after 3 months of me saying, okay, before that, we visited some restaurant, Buka in Atlanta, and then other restaurant where I got African food, and that made me feel a little at home. Not missing Nigeria too much in terms of food, and then until we, through her friend, we discovered a place we can shop Nigerian food in Atlanta, and we still went there today, right? So that place we went there, and I saw practically everything we have in Nigeria you can get there in terms of food. So we did shopping. I bought beans, yam, egusi, okra, different things, and vegetables. Basically, the things you can get in Nigeria, you can find it in that store. So I do cook my food. Most of the time I cook my food by myself, so I'm not missing Nigeria in terms of food.
Right. So the name of that market again is called Happy Market. Is in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually is like right down the street from the Atlanta airport. It's on Riverdale Road. So if you know anyone, if you ever come into the Atlanta area, it's called Happy Market. It's an international market. It sells, not just food for Africans, but for any Caribbean island, Jamaican, Asians, Hispanics. Is an international store. And the restaurant that we recommend, we went to 3 African restaurants, but the one that you really like is called Buka 2. And matter of fact, Buka 2 is diagonally from the Happy Market. It's right across the street from each other. And when you walk in that restaurant, they have like pictures of celebrities. There's celebrities that have gone there when they're in town. Davido, for one, we've seen a picture of him, and a whole bunch of celebrities that actually go there to eat. So we highly recommend Buka 2. That's on Riverdale Road in Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
So let's see. So basically, I mean, that's it. Anything else you want to say about living here?
When you're moving from a continent and a country to another, definitely you got to be ready to adjust to that, to the system, and that is exactly what I'm going through right now. Adjusting gradually in terms of culture, in terms of how people relate to each other here. It's a bit different from how we do in Nigeria. So I'm learning all of those things and adjusting gradually. My mind is more like
But like when we go out, how are the people towards you? Like,
so that's what I'm saying. Those things are the things I'm observing. How people relate here is completely different from how we're more interactive in Nigeria. I don't know, maybe because I've not really mixed much with people yet. So until then, now I feel we are more interactive and more relational in Nigeria than it is what is here right now.
Because I would say here in the U.S., people are more focused on what they got to do. Like they want to get in and out, go in the stores or whatever. I noticed with you, Wiz, he speaks to people. Like you go out your way and you speak to people, and they speak back to him. So
sometimes, but like what the first impression I got here too was people don't greet that people, but I find out that even people in the car, they wave at me. Sometimes I don't know, maybe I'm different
because you give them eye contact. You actually give them eye contact.
They wave at you. So but in Nigeria we tend to greet one another more than what I've seen here. We salute each other.
Right. All right, guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed this segment about Wiz's adjustment here in the United States.
And it's still ongoing.
Yes.
A lot of adjustment too.
Yes, definitely ongoing. We thank y'all. We thank y'all for watching us again. We say please subscribe. We ask you to share, comment, like, and hit that notification. And then until next time.
Peace.
We love you.
We love y'all. Bye.